Hey, it's Robbie McCarty with Patriot Crawl Space Repairs, and in today's video, I want to cover what we've learned in over 25 years of inspecting and working in Hampton Roads crawl spaces. Like we've covered in previous videos, Hampton Roads as a coastal region behaves a little differently than other parts of Virginia in terms of moisture and how it affects crawl spaces. We also have unusually low crawl spaces. So if you go out to Richmond or to the mountains, a lot of those crawl spaces you can walk inside, where in Hampton Roads you can barely roll over in a lot of the crawl spaces. You definitely can't crawl upright in most of them. It is unique, and there's some things that we've realized over time that are really important when it comes to crawl space, moisture, mold, and structural under Hampton Roads homes. The first thing is that fully sealed encapsulations can cause more harm than good in a lot of cases in low coastal crawl spaces. The reason for that is that a fully sealed encapsulation, if you don't put it in with a full perimeter drain and sump pump inside the crawl space, you're not really accounting for moisture or water table fluctuation. And if that space gets wet and you didn't plan on it being a wet space under that liner, then the whole underside of the liner can mold, and it stinks up the whole crawl space. Within a few years, you start smelling it inside the home. So that can be a big issue. Also, it's really hard for all trades to work under these crawl spaces. So if you put a really expensive liner in, seal it to the walls, seal it to all of the piers, and you need HVAC, electrical, or plumbing work in that space, then those trades are going to charge you more because they have to then rehab that liner once they're done with their work. Also, Hampton Roads has a lot of termite and wood destroying insect activity. So it's really important to maintain inspectability of the foundation walls, and also where the foundation wall meets the ground so that you can monitor it for moisture and termite activity. With all that being said, one of the main things we've learned is that a pin vapor barrier, it can be great thick plastic, a solid vapor barrier, but a pin vapor barrier is better in most cases than a fully sealed liner. The number two thing we've learned, which ties into the vapor barrier and the liner, is that the vapor barrier isn't actually what controls the moisture. You've got two main moisture sources in Hampton Roads crawl spaces. One is hot, humid air coming in through air openings, which would be holes, foundation vents, a loose crawl space door opening, but air that comes in the summertime and contacts cold surfaces under the home, like the floor, insulations, pipes, and condensates on those surfaces. So sometimes you may hear it referred to as sweating. So the hot, humid air coming in the space is number one, the main source of moisture. Number two would be groundwater rising into the space. And the remedy for that is going to be drainage and a sump pump. We don't want to cover that with plastic. That can create a major issue. So humidity is controlled by sealing air openings and installing a dehumidifier. Groundwater is controlled by either grading or drainage and a sump pump. At that point, the liner is just something clean for the dehumidifier to sit on, but it doesn't really control moisture. It doesn't stop the source of the moisture, and it doesn't keep the moisture from getting into the space outside of a little bit of protection in the short term. So that's the second most important thing that we've learned. And the third thing that we've learned in 25 years is that most wood or floor sagging issues in a home come from long-term moisture degradation or warping of the floor joists and the beams, not from a lack of foundation support. So we'll go into crawl spaces and the piers, the foundation wall are rock solid in a 70-year-old home, just like the day they were built, but the wood joists and beams are warped. And the reason they've warped is decades and decades of summer moisture cycles followed by winter drying cycles. So steel beams and jacks most of the time aren't the best remedy for that. Usually you need to do a carpentry repair, which is sistering the wood or even replacing or sistering girders. And steel beams and jacks should just be used when you need extra load support, not to try to straighten sloped floors back out. So I would say those are the main three things that we've learned that might go against conventional wisdom for coastal Virginia crawl spaces in a humid subtropical summertime region. And we've been doing this for a long time. I've personally been in, worked in thousands of crawl spaces, inspected thousands of crawl spaces. And what I'm telling you in this video, I can say with 99.9% certainty. Of course, every space is a little different and there's nuances, but in general, these theories hold up across Hampton Roads crawl spaces, and we recognize them when we're planning for your budget and for what's best for your home. So again, I'm Robbie McCarty with Patriot Crawl Space Repairs. If you want me to take a look at your crawl space and in your home to see if there's anything we can help with, give us a call, visit our website. I hope this video was helpful. Thanks for watching and make it a great day.